Hey guys, this is National Master Kevin Yang back at it with another video. So, this one is going to be against none other than Anthon2010. Let's get started. I'm playing my favorite opening, the Caro. I think it's very solid. I think it allows black to really have a solid position to be able to develop the pawn structure, but at the same time bring out the other pieces. So let's see how I do. e4, c6, d4, d5, e5, bishop f5, bishop g3, and take, and the move queen to a5. So you might be like, what? Why this move, right? And to be entirely honest, I learned this move queen to a6 not entirely based on me, right? But I saw grandmasters do it, and I was like, why not do it? So sometimes I learn things by looking at grandmaster games, right? And sometimes you learn things by looking at books or learning based on what you think. But in this case, I gotta admit to you, I learned this based upon looking at very skilled people's games, and I said, wow, they're winning a lot. And even though I don't care about the result, I still do a little bit. Obviously, I want to win, but I also want to have fun. And I think Queen A6 is a move where, I don't completely get the idea other than, trading queens is going to lead to a great endgame for black. Like, other than that, it's really hard to say concretely why this idea works. Like, certainly we trade queens, but on the other hand, there's no other purpose other than this. So I've faced people who have played queen f3, and I've played e6, and I brought my knight out here, and the good thing about the queen on a6 is that it prevents white from castling. If the knight is on h3, white cannot castle because the queen is guarding f1. So the queen on a6 is actually a really powerful thing sometimes. So in this case, Anthon2010 said, oh, I'd be happy to trade. I'll trade f4, e6, knight f3, and knight to h6. So at this point, I'm sort of saying, you know what, I need to develop my pieces, and they should go on really good squares. But I feel like knight h6 wasn't entirely accurate, and the reason is because I forgot to play the move h5 first, and I'm going to show you why. So after knight h6, there's h3, and I played c5. So my idea all along was to play knight h6, knight f5. But here, if I play knight f5, there's the move g4. So what I should have done instead is here I should have played h5, preventing the move g4, and doing what is called a prophylactic move, right? We're preventing white from doing what they want to do. And so here in the game, h3, c5, king d1, knight to f5. But now I allow the move g4. Thank goodness I have the move knight g3 and knight to e4. Otherwise, I shouldn't have allowed this h3 g4 thing. It gives white more space, and it therefore gives white an easier time to play, right? If I had a pawn at h5, I might have been able to activate this rook, right? If we traded, they traded, might have brought my rook to h3. But it's probably hard for you to imagine that. So that knight bd2 happened, and here I initially said, wow, okay, I'm gonna trade, right? But then I looked for better opportunities, and here's where I saw the move knight to f2 check. King e1, knight takes h3. Rook f1, knight takes f4. Just grabbing pawns. And after knight to b3, or after knight to g5, both moves attacking the knight or attacking the knight, I would play the move knight to d3 check. King to d2, I played c4. I said, my knight is good here and the bishop isn't great here, so I don't want to rush the trade right away. I want to establish it, secure my knight, and attack our friend's knight. So after knight to a5, b6, knight to b7, now I sort of see like, okay, this knight is not in a great square for white. So what do? I play rook to b8. And after rook to b8, the only move that white has would be knight here, bishop takes, e takes pawn, and I would play something like f6 to not allow the knight to come into e5 and play king d7. So let me orchestrate that. Bam, bam. I would play the move f6, the move king to d7, king takes is coming, bring my rook out this way, play e5, and that would be the good game. So how did I win this game, right? Why did it look like I played it so fast but so efficiently? Well, to be honest, the game was hard, and I should have played h5 here. It would have made my journey here much smoother, right? Because now I allowed this g4 thing. So I have to say the only reason why our friend Anthon2010 lost here was because of not spotting the move knight to f2. Right? It's those small things that make a difference. King e1, knight takes, knight check, pawn up, and being able to paralyze white's pieces was also really important to me winning this game. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you really keep your curiosity going. Find your passion for the game, and sometimes if you lose, that's okay, because we all lose sometimes, and it's always important to bounce back rather than dwindle on those losses. So, I'll see you then, and I'll see you later.